gym recently because it just, one, gets me out of the house when the weather's nice, when I don't have work or like any plans or anything, and it also just like gets my motivation and my energy up for writing. And right now I am at the beginning of another chapter, and that's always when my writer's block kind of kicks in, because I just don't know how to start a new chapter, even though, like, even if I have a little, like, a plan or a chart set up for the main plot points of the episode, the chapter, I just kind of get stuck on where to start. So I'm gonna go to the gym, I've had my coffee, get some motivation and energy to write this next chapter in my book. I have about 45-50 minutes until I have a virtual appointment, so I'm going to try to write as much as I can before I have to get on my appointment. Like I said, a little bit of writer's block because it's the start of a new chapter, but I'm just gonna reread my outline, maybe make a couple adjustments. I always like looking at the Pinterest boards that I have made so I made 3 Pinterest boards so far for this book. I have made one for my female main character, my male main character, and then just like the story, so like the vibe, the plot, maybe some quotes, maybe like what outfits, like what kind of style they both have, their relationship, things like that. So my female main character's name is Marlo and my male main character's name is Kit. So I like to look through their Pinterest boards and just get a little inspo of, remind myself of the vibe and the relationship, and maybe reread the chapter that I had just written previously. So my arm's getting tired. I just finished chapter 8, so I am on chapter 9 now of my book, which I'm gonna call, I don't wanna say the title because I don't know, it just feels like personal. I don't know, I've like never shared my writing journey on the internet before, and honestly, this is the farthest in a first draft that I've ever gotten. So I guess I'm just gonna call it, let me think. The place that they're staying, like the place that it's set in, it's a lake, so it's like a summer lake romance, and the place that they're at, the town, is called Lake August. So Lake August, I guess. I'll just call it Lake August. So yeah, I am on chapter 9 of Project Lake Artist, and yeah, so I'm gonna see how much I can write in the time that I have left, and I will keep you guys updated on my progress. I just finished my virtual meeting, and before that I wrote, I think about, let me check, 3 pages. Yeah, like 3 pages, 2.5, 3 pages in chapter 9. Kind of a slow writer, but yeah, I think I wrote for like 40 minutes, so I feel like that doesn't seem like a lot when I'm saying it out loud, 3 pages in 40 minutes, but it's progress. And I wrote a little bit like I combine the 2 words, emotional, like vulnerable little snippet between Marlo and Kit, so we have that. And yes, I got over the writer's block. I have some ideas. All it took was a little scroll through my Pinterest board and just starting to write. So yeah, I do have some schoolwork for a summer class that I need to do, so I'm not sure if I am gonna get immediately back to writing right now, but I will let you guys know what I end up doing. Okay, little update before I go back inside because it's getting kind of chilly out here. It's around like 7 p.m. I think. I've been writing for, I would say, like a good half an hour. I've gotten a couple more pages done now that the beginning of the chapter is set up. The dialogue and the inner monologue with Marlo is flowing easier, so I was able to get a couple more pages done in a little less time than last time I updated you guys. The book is dual POV, so there's Marlo's point of view and there's Kit's point of view. Chapter 9 is in Marlo's point of view. So yeah, like I said, inner monologues flowing easier. There's some banter and a little bit of a love triangle going on, although it's not really a love triangle, but that makes more sense to me than it does to you guys. But anyways, just thought I'd update you. Been outside for a little bit. Now I think I'm gonna go in and eat some dinner. But yeah, I think I've been pretty productive so far. Definitely want to get chapter 9 done. If not by tonight, then tomorrow. Please ignore how insane my bangs look right now. I'm walking downtown and I got this Instagram reel on my feed about this new like vintage bookstore. They sell used books and records and cassettes and things like that, and like vintage magazines. And I walked in and it was really cool. They had like a coffee cart where you could get really cheap coffee. I might go back and get some, to be honest. Let's see. I got a really cool Father's Day gift for my dad. I'm really excited to give it to him. It's this like old cassette tape of AC/DC, so I think he's really gonna like that. So very excited to give that to him. And then yeah, I almost got a couple books. They had like they had some used classics. They had like Stephen King. Yeah, I honestly almost bought it, but I backed out at the last second because I've never read anything like that and I'm a little scared. But yeah, really, really cool. Great vibe in there. Loved it. So yeah. It has honestly not been as writing heavy of a day that I would have liked it to be. It's like 10 p.m. and I literally haven't written a thing all day. So I'm really gonna try to lock in before I go to bed and write some more. Honestly, like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish the chapter, but hopefully get a good chunk of it that I want to get done. Because I just ended up like going on an impromptu trip by myself and I just wasn't able to get some writing done because I went to the dentist then I did my impromptu trip to get matcha and the bookstore, and then I did schoolwork and hung out with my family, and it just didn't end up happening today. So let's see if we can make up for it a little bit tonight, hopefully. I finally finished chapter 9. I am very happy about this because I have started chapter 10 and I have some very good ideas for that chapter. I think the reason why chapter 9 took me so long was because it's kind of like, it wasn't very action-packed. Like, I don't want to say it was a filler chapter because all of the chapters are necessary. This was more just for like the reader's understanding of Marlowe's character. So it wasn't super action-packed, but chapter 10, I'm so excited. Okay guys, I think that's gonna be the end of this vlog. I am now on chapter 10. I cannot wait to write more. I can't wait to vlog more for you guys. I have some great new ideas for my book and for vlogs. I have some exciting things coming up in my life, so I cannot wait to share them with you, and I hope you decide to come